Greetings friends, Jared here from Fanboys Forever. Today we're going to be doing a quick unboxing of the new Doc Nocturnal Phantom Knights official membership kit. Now, when I saw this thing advertised in the Doc Nocturnal pack-in comic that came with that figure, I really didn't necessarily think that I would have the thing in just a couple of weeks, but I'm really glad that it wasn't just something that they created for the comic to be like a retro throwback. This is something that they actually intended on releasing. They, just a couple of days after most people got their Doc Nocturnals in, Mezco put up a special sales page that was to be found with a QR code inside the comic book. Of course, it wasn't restricted just to those people. Anybody could access that site. And these didn't last very long. So I was able to get my hands on one, just came in today. Probably I am going to be doing a follow-up video to my original Doc Nocturnal video as soon as I get all the, replacement stuff ironed out and all that. Of course, it takes Mezco a minute to any kind of replacement or anything like that. Of course, I had some issues with the figure, and it's partially been resolved, but I'm still waiting on them. So let's go ahead and let's have a look at the box. I really like this. It's just kind of a decal that's applied to the front of a box. It says Doc Nocturnal's Phantom Knights official membership kit. Now, this goes with what I was saying, that Doc Nocturnal sort of lends himself even more to being almost like a radio hero, because, you send off for like this membership kit and it comes with all this stuff. So let's go ahead and see what's in here. I haven't really looked at a whole lot of stuff that really details exactly what we get, so I'm genuinely curious. Let's go ahead and let's crack this open. Okay. Looks like we actually have a note in here. So I'll just lead with that, I guess. There's all kinds of black tissue paper right there. It says, Spectral Agent Certification of the Phantom Knights. Blank is hereby acknowledged as an inductee into the Phantom Knights at the station of Spectral Agent, inheriting the knighthood's mission with purpose and honor, adhering to its strict code of conduct and secrecy, united in its common cause, yet acting in solitude, answering only to Doc Nocturnal in matters as it pertains to the Phantom Knights. Here we have an Agente Spectris, I suppose, and then Doc Nocturnal, signed in blood. And we have a little bit of what it seems to be Latin right there. So I think this is pretty funny. I especially like this funny image. It's like meant to look like a sketch of Doc Nocturnal. And I think it's pretty cool that they went so extreme with just how insane they were with this note. On the back, you don't get anything. It is worth noting that it is, bent, but it's not creased. So you could definitely just flatten this back out. If you wanted to frame this little thing, it might be a funny thing to put over the figure. So that's pretty cool, but let's see what else is inside. Like I said, we do get a ton of this like kind of black wrapping, and we have some Doc Nocturnal glasses here. I assume I'll be able to look through these at something that it comes with, but these look really neat. I like that they carry over the web motif and the skull design from the costume, so that's really nice. You can see some zombie artwork in there. Let's see what else we get. We get an ad for other Mezco stuff, and that's what to do with your Metzit. If it's like the Metzit I've gotten for every other release lately, it's just the gold one that comes with the boombox. Let me see if I can... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's in there. So I've gotten a ton of these lately, so I have many of them. And here we have this funny ID card. Spectral Agent, be it known that the bearer of this card is an official agent of Doc Nocturnal's secret Phantom Knights. Approved. It says important, carry this card with you at all times. And we have this super small text, and I think that's just copyright information there. On the back, we have Doc Nocturnal Phantom Knights. That looks really great. That's the t-shirt artwork. And moving on, looks like we have this, I suppose it's kind of almost like a, something like, to hypnotize someone. You can see it's lenticular, that the head is kind of getting bigger as you go, and you can kind of swirl it around as well. And so it's just a neat little lenticular circular thing. And on the back, you have this thing that you turn as you read Doc Nocturnal's Intransistor Disc. Compel the dead to spew forth information, exercise arcane knowledge from demonic creatures, and hypnotize beings of the mortal realm with this potent mesmeric discoidal. So there we go. I think, am I supposed to be hypnotized now at this point? I think this is pretty funny. let's see what we get in this small black box. It almost looks like something that like a ring would come in. And sure enough, it is indeed the ring. So let's take this out. I guess this way I can be a true official member. This is really cool. And I'll tell you, if any of you all are any kind of fan of like pulp heroes, then I'll tell you exactly what this reminds me of. This reminds me of the Phantom's ring, the skull ring that he wears. It says Nocturnal, Doc Nocturnal there. At the top you can see Doc, and at the bottom Nocturnal. This is really cool. I like this thing. It has a band that maybe will flex a little with your finger given the size. Let me try my ring finger. Wow, it's actually a perfect fit. So, gee, yeah, that's right on, actually. Look at that. I'm going to start wearing this just like as a conversation piece. I have my wedding ring on the left hand, and on my right hand, I'll wear this baby right here. So, goodbye, old high school class ring. We're going to start taking this around everywhere I go. So, it's pretty cool. I have to say, I'm actually kind of impressed by this thing. And it's incredibly shiny, so I'm not really sure what it's plated with, but pretty cool. Now I can be a Phantom Knight officially, so there we go. All right, now that we have the ring out of the way, and I like that it has kind of a velvety interior, so you can replace that if you want. I'll just wear this sucker for the rest of it. How about that? We're gonna get to the main draw, I suppose, of the set, and it's this. Here's the Van Helsing Wapenkammer, the vampire eradication armament to be employed against the legions of the undead, vested by the Helsing and imbued with ancient magiae. To be used with extreme caution. I love how pulpy this is, and it almost seems like something you would send off for that somebody, you know, had made it just as hokey as possible, which I love. Let's get this thing out of here. And of course, I think this is the reason why the set was so appealing. Let's go ahead and see what's in here. Oh, yeah. There we go. I like the artwork on the front, too. This is very much like an old school kind of comic or something like that. And look at this. We get all kinds of cool stuff. We get a total of 6 of these stakes right here that are shaped like crosses. They're actually very sharp to be plastic little pieces. So I think these are really cool. They're definitely very detailed. Like how ornate they are on the back, it's the same exact thing. So we actually get a painted skull on both sides, so it doesn't matter which way you display it. So I really like this. He also comes with 2 of these little knives meant to protect him against the undead. It also looks like he could maybe give them a fairly close shave with this thing as well. So I think that's a pretty neat little thing. You get 2 of them. If you want a place to actually store one of your knives, it comes with 1 of these, not 2 or anything. And what I like is this has the peg on it, which can go in that spot on the belt. So if you want to replace the device with one of these, this would be really neat. And of course, you just put the knife in and you're good to go. I think that looks really cool. I really like this little handheld crossbow right here. You can see that there's just a little handle right there that he holds it with. And down here, you can see that it's got the bat shape. It almost looks like a Batman accessory like this, right? And I like how these are each individually painted silver. So you can see the little arrows down there. You can see this. It's not an actual string or anything. It's just black plastic. This thing seems pretty sensitive, so I wouldn't be putting this through too much. I would definitely just put the handle down here in the hand and just add to it like that. But it comes with 1 of those. You just have these little elastic bands. And the idea is that you would put these stakes in it so that he can hold those. So that's the whole idea behind that, and you just put it on the figure. And finally, the main attraction for the whole set is this alternate head. And some people are saying that I believe that it might be partially based on the Moon Knight mold that we've seen before, the alternate head, and that they've added kind of the cross on it and different little details. And you never know with Mezco. I think they've gotten pretty smart about repurposing different items. I really love how this looks, though. There's certainly a little bit of kind of some gray dry brushing to bring out some of the details. It's not just a solid black head. I think it's pretty cool, the idea that for Doc Nocturnal, he won't always just have the skull head. Sometimes he's covering up with different masks and things. And of course, this is that extra little level of protection So I really do like this, and I think this will be a great look in the figure. I thought I would show you what the glasses look like once you get them out of the packaging. This is also on the side. You get this artwork here of these zombies, which looks just like one of those old like 50s horror comics. In the middle, we have Necro Optics is what these are called, and I really like that funny artwork of Doc Nocturnal. Over here to the side, it says, gaze into the metaphysical unknown with Doc Nocturnal's Necro Optics. Peer beyond the mortal fabric of our world to reveal the universe slithering beneath. Note, prolonged use may result in madness. Does not offer UV protection. You guys sort of see what I'm seeing with the lens there, how it kind of doubles over several times. So I actually kind of think that's a neat effect. So I think this is a super cool set for a variety of reasons. And it's not just the obvious ones. Of course, it's cool that you get an alternate head for Doc Nocturnal and you get some extra accessories. But number one, it shows buy-in. It shows that they've really got confidence in this character that they've created, and it shows that they were willing to do something really fun and pretty unexpected with that character. So definitely some confidence in the new brand that they've created. And the second thing that it shows, and this is something that can be easily overlooked if you're not careful, is it shows an incredible amount of planning on their part. This was a completely secret item. No one knew anything about it. And not only did they not know, but they released this just a couple of weeks after the actual figure came out. So it's amazing that they were able to keep this under wraps like they were, and then surprise fans like they did. So I think this is cool that they did an expansion on the figure already, just immediately. It's kind of like instant gratification. But I have heard some detractors to this idea. Some people say, well, this is ridiculous because they're selling basically what should have already come with the figure for the price, and now they're selling it separately so that they can fleece collectors for a little bit more money. I don't feel that way. I believe that the original figure already came with a wealth of stuff. I mean, so much stuff that I actually thought that it was a pretty good deal for what you were getting, even at the price of these Mezco figures. And I mean, after you factor in the t-shirt and the trading cards and the comic book and the figure and the alternate heads and all the accessories, I'm not sure who could honestly think that they were going to give you all this stuff as well. I'm a big fan of expansions and add-ons when it comes to my stuff. So I think that this was a great, great idea. So I'm not going to be critical about that, but I will be critical about this. I would have made sure, if I were them, to have produced quite a few of these. Enough to where it wasn't so limited that it was a blink and you miss it kind of thing. Yes, I know that it was in the comic and we talked about it in the review and I was like, oh, I wonder what that is. But this was posted at 12 o'clock in the day, and me and a lot of other collectors, you know, we're grown people. We're at work. You know, if you don't do night shift, if you do night shift, you might even be asleep during this. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of frustrating. I definitely feel that they should at least offer this right here, just the heads and things with the extra accessory. I would say offer that as some kind of pre-order for the people who missed out. I mean, you don't have to offer the other stuff. I understand why they wouldn't want to do that. It's supposed to be limited or whatever, but you know, Mezco really has to start throwing people a bone, and it's great that they're doing all this stuff and it gives an air of exclusivity, but you know, it's also kind of a shame. I got lucky that I happened to notice an email on my phone and then get my order in. I mean, it was waitlisted just a few minutes after I got that in. So I don't actually think that's cool. I actually think that's unfortunate for people who really, really wanted this. So that's a shame, and that's something that I really hope that Mezco addresses in the future. Anyway, though, guys, I do appreciate you all sticking with me today and looking at this quick unboxing of the Doc Nocturnal Phantom Knights kit. And I think this thing is a lot of fun. Hope you were able to score one, and if you weren't, hopefully this review will help you know whether or not you want to fork over all the extra cash to get it on the secondary market. Anyway, though, guys, be on the lookout for my follow-up video where we'll look at the actual figure. We'll talk about Mezco customer service and talk about all that good stuff in a follow-up video in the future. And that's, of course, where we'll get to show the accessories and show the other head sculpt off on the actual body whenever they get it to me. Anyway, though, guys, God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and we appreciate you so much. Have a great evening. Take care.